Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Today. I'm coming your way from the studio with a breaking news update. Yes, it regards this man, Graham Potter, and of course Chelsea Football Club. Now, Chelsea Football Club have confirmed that they have named Graham Potter as their new manager. That's right. Just a day after sacking Thomas Tuchel, the man who of course led them to the Champions League trophy in 2021, as well as of course the European Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. They have replaced him already, and this was probably one of the swiftest resolutions too, in terms of looking at replacing a new manager or bringing in a new manager to replace the old one that I've actually seen in recent times. Now, obviously, we know for a fact that Chelsea were interested in talking to not just Graham Potter, but news reports suggested that they were also looking at candidates like Diego Simeone, Zinedine Zidane, and of course former Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino. However, it's pretty clear that Potter was their first choice, because almost as soon as news broke that Tuchel was sacked, in fact that was when news came in that they were looking at paying Brighton a release clause for, or rather a compensation amount for Graham Potter. That compensation is reportedly due to be around 16 million pounds, which is a lot of compensation really, but Potter was on a long-term contract. He had of course gotten Brighton's blessing to speak to Chelsea. Personal terms were agreed, and Brighton had also cancelled a press conference later on during the day, so it seemed pretty evident that an announcement was due. That's exactly what happened. Chelsea have named Brighton manager, or former Brighton manager, Graham Potter as their new head coach. Now, quick, let's just look at what exactly it is that this Brighton manager Potter has done. He's normally managed clubs like Östersund in Sweden, and he also had a spell at Swansea. And in both cases, there was generally, his coaching was talked about in glowing terms, and his ability to improve players and actually work within a modern football structure was lauded. In fact, you see the kind of job that he's done at Brighton. He brought them up. In fact, he didn't bring them up to the Premier League, but when he was appointed, he did in fact, he was represented a left of field choice, but the work that he's done as manager to solidify their status in the Premier League cannot be ignored. Of course, there will be certain people who say that, maybe Chelsea should have gone for a manager with pedigree, but there is a counter argument to be made that someone like Potter will never get a chance to actually prove whether he can sink or swim at a big club until he actually gets the chance to sink or swim at a big club. And the kind of credentials that Potter has can't be ignored. Again, he's done wonders at smaller clubs. As I said, Östersund, he took them to the Europa League. He had a spell at Swansea, which also went okay. His time at Brighton, though, has been very well done, because again, you'd remember that Brighton, in fact, sold 3 key players this summer. One of them, Marc Cucurella, ironically actually joined Chelsea. So they managed to, in fact, sell off those players, but still end up being better off, and they're currently flying high in the Premier League. Of course, we know for a fact they won't be finishing in 4th place, but they sit 4th right now. But he's not going to be the man who's going to be overseeing Brighton now. He is the new Chelsea manager. He signed a 5-year deal, and I personally, you guys know for a fact, I'm a Chelsea fan. Very, very interested to see how this plays out. I have been a fan of Potter as a manager, but again, we don't know how it is that he's going to play out in a big club. It represents a risk, sure, but one thing that the Todd Boehly-led consortium, who currently own Chelsea, show is that they're not afraid of making big decisions and making them quickly. Tuchel was sacked, and just about a day later, Graham Potter has already been named new manager, and he will in fact be that person who will be hoping to take Chelsea to the next level. Thank you all so much for joining us for this breaking news update. If you enjoy what it is that we do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment. Do you think this is a good managerial appointment? Are you a fan of Potter? And also don't forget to tap the bell icon so that you know when it is we're going live or uploading a new video. Don't also forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And last but not least, download the AajTak app for all the breaking news updates from not just the world of football, but the world of sports too. Thank you.